Hello everyone, Marcus here, and today I'm going to show you another 1 versus 1 on Company 2. Today I decided to pick a game between Lenny12346 against Antilles950. So the game is going to be played on Angoville, a COH1 map that Relic recently released for Company 2 after being like probably one of the most played 1 versus 1 maps of COH1. It's going to be a Wehrmacht versus Soviets matchup, so that remembers me a lot of Americans versus Wehrmacht in COH1. So we'll see how it plays out. And let's start in 3, 2, 1, and pause. 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so there is an interesting start for both the players. Lenny is starting with double Pioneers and building his tier 1, while on the other side Antilles is building a second Combat Engineers 2 and getting a conscript squad. That is very interesting. I've never seen that before. I'm wondering if there is an actual reason for that. So Antilles probably watched some COH1 replays, or he played COH1 because he's closing the northern side of this house with barbed wire, with razor wire actually. This side is still open, so I'm wondering if he's going to close that or not. There is on the other side. There is an interesting close with wire from Lenny too, and an MG start. So Lenny wants to probably be prepared for a rush with conscripts, mass. So he's actually closing his cutoff, which is a good move if Antilles didn't decide to go for tier 1, which seems to be the case for now. And he's building 2 MGs. This green cover should give enough protection to Lenny to resist to those conscripts till the HMG is there. The HMG is being positioned, so those conscripts should be suppressed soon. Yes, they are. It is quite a curious strategy, to say the least. From the one that Lenny is using, since he has pretty much no map control at this point in the game, and he's still struggling to capture even just the second point. But on the other side, closing with barbed wire, and then the way he's doing now, and then having 2 HMGs really protects his cutoff. So you shouldn't have problem in like 2-3 minutes from now to actually hold the left side. Those conscripts found the second HMG, so they're actually going to retreat. I wonder if they're getting in the house. Yes, they are. East side, Antilles is capping without any problem. West side, there is a flanking maneuver from Antilles, and this is where the last patch really comes into help for Lenny, because Pioneers got a sight range increased, so they can actually spot conscripts from farther, and they were actually able to help this MG avoiding getting flanked, even though that didn't really happen, because the HMG actually got flanked. Even though it is turning, wow, it is turning against Antilles, since he just lost a conscript squad. So we could actually say that was a bait from Lenny. He intentionally got flanked just to place the second HMG and the Grenadiers to actually kill those conscripts. And now a sniper is coming out. This is a very interesting build order for Lenny. I wonder how Antilles is going to respond. I'm not really convinced about this move, though. I wouldn't really want to get a flamethrower on a combat engineer squad with 50% HP when you have a full HP combat engineer squad here. They might get in range of this bunker. No, it's not gonna happen. But the way the Razor wire is placed, it's really going to help Lenny holding this territory, and the fact that these combat engineers are so hurt, they're just gonna retreat because they just lost 3 models, and the 4th one just barely saved himself. A Molotov was used, but it wasn't enough to scare those grenadiers. The ENG didn't get retreated because because Lenny knows there is no Molotov available. It's just okay. Just now he decided to retreat. The HMG, the sniper with the recent patch, it got buffed in HP to 82 health points, so it can really finally survive a few shots. And it it could have actually killed the squad if it got replaced while the rifle was on cooldown. Remember guys, that's a very good thing to do. Always shoot and then move forward if you expect your opponent to retreat, so that you might be able to actually and good luck, have fun, okay, so that you might be actually able to deal the final blow. So it looks like Lenny is in full control of the left side, and Antilles has to find a way to break his defenses. He decided to go to tier 2. Is he expecting a fast tier 3 from Lenny? Or at this point he just wants to get a mortar? It looks like he wants to get a mortar. Nice move from Antilles. He's still constantly trying to get the cutoff on the left, and he's preparing a nice flanking maneuver. There is just one HMG being placed on this left side, and Antilles should be able to pick up pretty much 2 or 3 territories. Pretty much half of the territories that Lenny was able to hold before. A full HP squad of conscripts gets retreated. I don't know why, but probably because he didn't think they could have done anything at that point. So the mortar is out. This is a nice, considering that Lenny recovered himself here and here. This place is great for mortars, so I would expect him to be there. Nice reaction from Antilles. He just retreated in time, his conscript squad, and wow, these squads are pretty hurt. I always I always like the idea of getting 2 combat engineers, because you can upgrade one with flamethrowers and the other one with minesweeper. These grenadiers, I'm not sure why he wanted to move so close. The LMG weapon profile deals better at long range, so I don't know. That said, conscripts were still forced to retreat since the scout car is out right now. In terms of map control, we could say that Lenny... Ooh, nice mine. We could say that Lenny is actually on a fine spot, even though Antilles was capable of holding way more territory for the majority of the game. In fact, he's still earning more munitions, even though the fuel is pretty much... the fuel income is pretty much the same for both the players. Another mine. This is good, look at that. You can't see that Antilles is placing a mine. With the mobility provided by the scout car, Antilles, like no, not Antilles, Lenny is going to have easy time avoiding that those MGs get flanked, even though he can't really protect himself from the mortars, because there is a second mortar here. Another mine being placed, that's a very good thing, and the minesweeper being produced. I also like the doctrine choice, mobile defense doctrine. From Lenny, he's getting more units on the field in the form of these two Ostrupans. So now the infantry count is pretty much the same, plus the fact that one of the Ostrupan squad has an LMG 42. Oh wow, this sniper has to pay attention, since the two mortars seem to be willing to kill him anytime with a lucky shot. Looks like the map is split in half once again, horizontally rather than vertically. That is something I have seen also in the last game I casted in Italian between Vipux and Iron Fox. Those two Ostrupans are going to provide a lot of good map control, and wow, guys, the mine with the recent changes to Wehrmacht, the scout car now has 240 HP, so it can actually survive. Wow, RNG God at full extent here, survive, letting the scout car survive. Okay, but never mind, it just got killed. So as I was saying, mines deal 200 damage. Scout car has 240 HP, so it is now going to survive a mine, but still getting heavy engine damage or main weapon destroyed. So this is very bad for Antilles. If he closed here, well, he could have avoided this. And Ostrupan in buildings, in these kind of buildings that are like bricks made buildings, they are really going to hurt a lot. Luckily for him, Molotovs were upgraded. It looks like Lenny is doing a great job with multitasking. His units are all over the map. They're quite outcapping at Antilles at this point in the game. In fact, he was just able to cut the right side off from Antilles, and half of his units are now on the right side, ready to push even further and eventually get this fuel point. On the other side, this sniper, I think it should retreat, maybe shoot once more and then retreat. I found that after you kill 2-3 models, usually 3 models, if the enemy starts charging at your sniper when he has only 3 models of a conscript squad, you could even like fight them and eventually survive. Because when there are only 2 models, players tend to retreat unless they get a crit on the sniper and deal more damage. Wow, these 2 mortars are being moved a bit too aggressively now. He should just move them back or just retreat them. Yeah, he's retreating them. Good move from Antilles after a bad move from him. Anyways. So I'm curious to see if there is a tank choice. Yes. Now Antilles is building tank hobby battalion command. He wants to get some tank on the field. I think a T-70 would be the right choice, and an AT gun as long as the manpower allows him to get it. Ooh, interesting. Counterattack tactics being used. I believe that counterattack tactics has really its place to shine on this map because of how the map is structured. I just want to remember that when you use that for 35 munitions, you just cap way more rapidly the neutral territories. So that is good. And 35 munitions are not that much when you have such a big income. Wow, they're battling all over the map from the left side, and these combat engineers must retreat. They're down to 1 man. Let's see if he's able to kill the whole squad. Oh, looks like no. But he was still able to deal a lot of damage. He got to retreat there and retreat done. Good job. Now Antilles has to get back the part of the map. A T-34-76 is being built. And good map control for all the players. Oh wow. Wow, 4 models went down. Wow, the damage from the mine. The sniper is also around with 17 kills. I still believe that even though Lenny has still no armor on the field, and has like a smaller army, he still has the advantage due to the fact that these 2 MGs and the sniper, like the combined arms he was able to pull out, is way better and way stronger overall. Or at least in the way it's being micromanaged by Lenny. So the T-34-76 is out, and he's using it very aggressively, even though he has no idea, Antilles has no idea if Lenny has an AT gun or not. Let's see if this... Oh wow, if the sniper goes down, it might go down actually. Oh, but the Puma is cold, that's a very good thing. Now the Puma with its very big range, and the fact that the T-34-76 doesn't have a lot of damage, sorry, a lot of armor, the Puma might be able to kill the T-34-76. I'm wondering, yeah, the huge range might allow him to kill it, even though the engine damage is a threat for him. Oh wow, the smoke being popped. He needs to retreat. There are not many units backing up, and there is another Squad that could throw a Panzerfaust, considering also that there are enough munitions on Lenny's side to do that. A second Puma is being called, and this T-34 is going down for sure. Yes, it goes down. As I was saying, that the Puma option is very strong on this map, especially on the left side, and especially if your opponent gets those medium vehicles out. More mines being placed. Left side looks in full control for Lenny. A Z3 is being produced by Antilles, and more mines are being placed. That is still very good. The sniper is sitting on a almost 20 kills and almost fat too. That's actually very good. The 2 pioneers, both of them with minesweepers, that's very good considering the amount of mines that Antilles was able to place. And now the map, even though it's split in half, I feel that both the players are still capable to win this game, even though I believe Lenny has a slight advantage given the vehicle superiority and the fact that T-34s cannot really deal with Pumas when supported with those Panzerfausts. They have a small enough oh nice the mine here. They have a small enough hitbox to be like quite hard to hit for a T-34. So the second Puma is being repaired, and the Puma is not that bad against infantry either, since the coaxial MG is still dealing quite a good amount of damage. Sniper vet to 22 kills, that is good. This wire placed there is still protecting the Karov together with the MG. As long as Antilles gets a vehicle, if I were him, I would just try to crush all this wire. So 2 Pumas are still not being microed. A second AT gun on the field, that is quite good. I'm wondering if at this point Antilles would just wait for a tank. He has 3 doctrines that provide medium or heavy tanks Here the IS-2, T-3485, M4C Sherman. Once again, counterattack tactics being used to cap this point faster, but I just want to remember that only neutral territories are captured more quickly, not all the territories. Ooh, another mine there, but it's being spotted by these pioneers with Minesweeper. In fact, you see the speed that each territory are captured is the same, but the one at the capturing speed is way higher. I wonder why I didn't wait for that to just capture the territory. Cutoffs are being capped left and right. But Lenny still looks in a more solid position. The southern player, if you decide to play and cap the right side, the only way to make those AT guns work is if your infantry line is placed at this in this like area, and then AT guns are positioned there, so you have some field where they can act and where they can shoot the enemy. Even though I found that the elevation in this map that you can see only here, this map presents a lot of elevations, doesn't make this map particularly good for AT guns, both in this area where you can see there is a hill, so if you are on this side you have hard time hitting units here, and on this area. Now the two AT guns are being placed. Let's see if they are going to be able to shoot the Puma. Yes, they are. One shot hits, the second one doesn't. Yes, another hit. And this Puma might go down, actually. No, it gets saved thanks to Panzer Tactician, and it all comes down to the fact that Lenny was really able to hold the munitions points for a lot of time. He's earning 58 munitions per minute. That's a lot. That's truly a lot. And on the other side, he was able to save the munitions, even if he's upgrading his units with like weapon upgrades like the LMG, the Minesweepers. He was still able to save a lot of resources, even if he's using a lot of counterattack tactics. Sniper sitting on 28 munitions on 28 kills, and the Puma. This Puma is Vet 1 with target weak point. That's very good. It will have to deal against the IS-2, since that's the doctrine Antilles decided to pick. I'm curious to understand why he picked the doctrine so late, because early game shock troops, considering the army that Lenny built, could have had a lot of impact thanks to smoke grenades in order to effectively flank those two MGs. That, by the way, are still alive, and Vet 2. 7 kills, 11 kills. And even the Pioneers are in a good state with Vet 2 and Vet 1. So a Panzer 4 is being called. Panzer 4 Vet 0, not the common tank, just the basic Panzer 4. Is lovely skin, I really like that one. It's one of those released with the pre-order of Company Heroes 2. And it looks like Lenny was able to finally secure and hold the whole left side, and now he's pushing on the right one, and as you can see, Antilles is really under pressure. That sniper is really dealing a lot of damage, but now he has to care for those mortars that are... Oh, they are here. Mortars Vet 2, Vet 1. Max in default. This is a huge army. This is a huge infantry army against Another huge infantry army. What? Okay. So at this point I believe that Antilles will just try to wait for an to call an IS2 to back up his support army. 4 conscripts, 2 of them vet 3, 2 of them vet 2, a couple of Maxims, 2 mortars, 2 AT guns, and a combat engineer. So he has a pretty solid army, even their combined arms with all the support weapons. But he's fighting against a veteran, a veteran army with those 2 HMGs, vet 2. And wow, now Lenny has 4 tanks on the field. With the Panzer IV command tank being called, it's 4 tanks against 2 AT guns. So they're really going to struggle, those 2 AT guns, if Lenny plays more aggressively till the IS-2 comes out. With the IS-2 out, I believe that Lenny will have to necessarily call a Pack 40 to be able to deal with that. But for now he has a huge vehicle superiority, 4 vehicles to 0. That's a lot. And I just want to remember you guys that even though the Colin meta is not really great, the way like if you have a fair game, a balanced game with your opponent, he is going to actually pay a lot for his mistakes, because right now Lenny has invested all his fuel into getting the early and mid game vehicles, while Antilles hasn't spent. He just bought a T-3476. But as long as the IS-2 is called, if it gets lost, Antilles is not going to have any tank for a very long time. And all these early and all these light and medium tanks and vehicles are really paying off to Lenny. They are allowing him to have a huge map control and get the units a lot of kills. Like the sniper is now vet 3 with 37 kills. Perfectly microed from Lenny till now, so I'm really satisfied. I'm really happy that Lenny could show us such good sniper micro. And now it's time for the battle. IS-2 versus a P4 command tank and 2 Pumas. Who's going to win? If those units are well microed, I think the German units, because they are way more and they can flank the IS-2. Else, the frontal armor of the IS-2 is so thick that it's going to deal, it's going to resist for so long and at the same time dealing a lot of damage. The only problem with the IS-2 is that it's not really good at shooting at infantry. You can see 2 shots, no hit. His Maxim needs to go back. I just fear that at this point Antilles would just play a bit too aggressively, which is what he is doing now. And in fact he wasn't even able to shoot those Pumas once. Nice shot. The squad is heavily damaged, heavily wounded. He needs to retreat. Right side, that's what could really help Lenny dealing with that IS-2. He was able to kill one of the Distri and even capture it for himself. And he's sitting on 90 population at this point in the game. Other side, Lenny is sitting on 90 population. On the other side, Antilles is sitting on 75 population, so they are almost maxed out, both of them. But the Lenny's army looks to be like more combined arms. He can deal with multiple threats more efficiently than Antilles. And also conscripts, vet 3, they are good, but they're not as good as grenadiers, they're not as good as the MGs Grenadier sniper combo. Oh wow, that Molotov is going to hurt these conscripts. So this is what Antilles has to break. How? We'll see. Can he do it? I don't know. I actually really don't know. But there are so many squads for Lenny. And he has so many resources. So look at that. Angville it was one of the best Compañeros 1 maps because it really highlighted the COH mechanics of cutting off your opponent, using covers at your advantage, using buildings at your advantage, so the sight range. And as long as Antilles was able to get the cut off, you could see Lenny's income went down dramatically for both fuel and munitions. So even though the resource system in COH2 is way different than COH1, you can still see this kind of difference when there is a hard cutoff like that really cuts you off from all the resource points on the map. Nice flank from Antilles here. The other side, good idea of getting this point on the left side, but Lenny's sniper is actually everywhere, and he's just covering the whole side alone with battery.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. Withdrawing fire.
Looks like Antilles decided to slow down the pace of the game a little bit. He knows that he has two victory points, and if you check map control, he was definitely able to get back some good map control for him. So good job for him. Good job on him. And that's something that usually happens when a player reaches like maximum population. You get so many units to micro that it's a bit hard to actually be able to micro all of them efficiently. So this is it sometimes happens that you start losing map control because you cannot micro all of your army. So we'll see how Lenny responds to that IS-2. I think this is still an even field. I believe that Lenny's infantry army is stronger than the army that Antilles can field. Oh. Sorry guys. Because of how vetted are those support weapons and sniper. But left side is cannot really capped by Antilles unless he kills that sniper, because that sniper is just a pain to deal with. Okay, those conscripts survived, but really no squad can capture any point on the left side. There is actually an aggressive maneuver from Lenny at this point. He's just finding out how Pumas alone are not enough to deal with the frontal armor of the IS-2. In fact, I believe that the IS-2 is kinda a counter to this doctrine. That said, this AT gun is helping, as well as this Panzer IV. I think the problem here was that Lenny was able to micro very well this Austrian squad and destroy cause engine damage on the IS-2. If the IS-2 had no damaged engine, it could have actually pushed and killed at least 2 of these units. They are so hurt at this point. So Lenny has 210. He has 210 fuel, and he got tier 4 tech. He should get tier 4 and get a Panther. I do really want to see a Panther. or at least a Panzerwerfer. Like the population is still at a point where you cannot afford to get that because of population limits. But it's not like but it's not like he's going to he's not going to be able to afford it. Instead, he has all the resources for that. And the KV-8 is out. Oh, come on, man! You should have dealt with them first. With that first. Wow, the sniper is not just going to survive, but the armor of the KV-8 is thick, but the Pumas are starting to, like, after a lot of shots, they are going to do damage. Wow, I think, oh, main gun destroyed. And really, the Panzer Tactician was so good back in the early stages of COH2. Now it proves it's still super good, of course, but of course you have to pay 30 munitions, and I think that here Lenny had to pay for about 60 munitions, or did he use it on all these 3 units? No, just 2. Yeah, he had to pay 60 munitions, which is quite a lot. IS-2 is still being repaired. It looks like Lenny is being able to get, wow, the damage. He's being able to get back some of the right side, but he's losing part of the left one. Man, the sniper with 50 kills, and that sight range. Look at that. He has a huge sight range. Yeah, that too. That 2 ability improves sight range.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Luckily for Antilles, his KV-8 is still up, so he should definitely repair it. I would get another combat engineer squad to repair it faster. And well, he should have killed this sniper, and he could have killed it before. Now I'm not sure if he's going to be able to kill the sniper, but I don't think it's going to be happening, since these 2 squads are going to throw a Panzerfaust, eventually damage the engine again. Yes, this IS-2 has to go back. The incendiary artillery barrage is being thrown, but is it going to be enough to save the IS-2? I don't think so, guys. I don't think the IS-2 is going down, will go down, and yes, it went down. Poor micro from Antilles in this area. Oh, he might even lose the KV-8. This is Lenny going crazy. He lost a Puma, but it was definitely worth. He killed an 80 gun with the sniper with 57 kills. He killed an IS-2 and he killed the KV-8. He basically killed everything, every armor that Antilles had. Now Antilles just has 2 conscript squads, 1 shock troops and 2 mortars. And GG is being called. And the replay is over. Wow. Such a good game from Lenny. I really liked the game, and I really liked the way both players played. They played a bit differently from the usual meta. They both got a lot of units. They both started with double pioneer, with double like basic infantry unit, and then Lenny went for a supportish kind of build with a lot of with various HMGs, then the sniper, just 1 grenadier, and then the Ostrupen to support his infantry support weapons, with the Pumas and the Pumas. Now you even built tier 4. Then the Pumas, the Panzer IV, and then the Panzer IV command tank, without building a pack himself. I really like this different usage of units. On the other side, Antilles, double mortar, double maxim, 4 conscripts, 2 AT guns, but he didn't just go to IS-2, he even built tier 3 and got a T-34-76. Unluckily for him, the Puma outranges outranged that T-34, and the second Puma was able to kill the T-34, and at that point Antilles just decided it wasn't worth to invest more into those kind of vehicles. But still, he placed a lot of mines. Some of them were very impactful. In fact, he killed the scout car, he killed a lot of infantry units. Others were diffused by the double minesweeper from Lenny, which I really enjoyed to see. And what I enjoyed the most was like seeing the battery HMGs and the sniper. I really enjoyed the way they played out in this game. And it shows that this map can be played even differently than the usual Volks Grenadier spam into tier 2 into Colleen tank. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, it costs nothing to put a like or to subscribe to my channel, and make sure to follow me on all my social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, because you will know whenever I'm going to post another video, to publish another video, or to stream, or even just when I just want to update the status of various things, like events that we might be able to produce in the next future, or anything related to COH2.org, of course. So that's all, folks, and see you next time. Bye bye!